Yeah, y'all, this pre-recorded 7 signs of a covert introvert narcissist. Um this will probably deal with the relationship issues that everybody seems to have, the financial issues that everybody seems to have. You have to excuse me. I'm very disturbed by these cutoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who's listening to the show. And I want everybody to get a full throttle of the show. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working very hard to get the technical issues squared away so that we can all have a good time on the show. I do welcome all the new guests that appear on the show that are listening. They might not chat in the chat room, but they're always listening. I appreciate that. A shout out to those that are dealing with narcissism and they don't understand that it is narcissism and they need to pay more attention closely to how it's affecting themselves and also the people that they love and care about. You know, it's very detrimental to our mental health. Everything starts with a thought. Every big dream starts in the mind. Every great thought starts in the mind, good or bad. So we have to look at how our thinking determines how we act and who we hang around, because we often associate with people and get close to people that have our same interests. But I'm going to argue the fact that sometimes you need to be around people that don't share your same interests because you can learn from both. I was looking at a couple of articles that I wanted to share in terms of narcissism, the covert introvert narcissist, because there's two different types. As far as personality is concerned, which I wanted to base the show on in its entirety tonight, was that there's different ways of handling these type of narcissists. But there's different things you can look at to identify what type of narcissist that you're dealing with, if they're a narcissist at all. Because like I said in the beginning, this is a personality disorder. And that's why I recommended the book Personality Plus, because it teaches you how to identify learning yourself as well as learning how to deal with others. And it also gives you a self-assessment of what personality type you are. And one of your we all have 4 temperaments. And out of those 4 temperaments describes our personality as a whole. And that's part of you as a person. And so our personalities stand out more than we realize. And when I read the book, I found out what my personality type was. And I'll share it with you. I scored high in perfect melancholy, powerful cleric, in the middle, meaning it was lower than powerful cleric was high. Then next was perfect melancholy. And the third was popular sanguine. Now that it's been, I'll say, about 6 months to a year since I've read that book over 5 times, I'm going to take the test again, because every time I read it, I never took the test again. The book did say to take the test again, just to see by what I've been learning and how I've been really applying that book to my life, to see what kind of changes that I made and what type of personality type I became. Because there's often, if we don't understand our personality and know who we are out here, we tend to get into things and certain circumstances and situations that we don't want to be in. And narcissism plays a major part in that. So I'm going to take a quick break, you know what I'm saying, and put some notes together and some questions. Before I go, I do have to ask, what is a covert introvert narcissist? We're going to be talking about that. Who do you know is self-absorbed? We're going to be running through a little bit of that. And are you running into highly sensitive people lately? Because I know I have. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back in a minute.
Ease your body. Ease your body. Ease your body.
Yeah, y'all, what's up? You still on Boss Ladies radio show. It's just since the bad weather, I had to pre-record it. So appreciate your patience on that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get this EDU in our lives. 7 signs of a covert introvert narcissist. 7 signs you're in a relationship with an introvert narcissist. Posted on January 10, 2016. So, narcissism is often associated with its many external manifestations, including attention seeking, grandstanding, superficial charm, lack of reliability, boundary violation, manipulation, and many other traits. However, not all narcissists are openly grandiose and outwardly intrusive. Various researchers and authors have written about the introverted narcissist, variously identified as the covert narcissist, the hypersensitive narcissist, the closet narcissist, and the vulnerable narcissist. 1, 2, 3, 4. This subtype of narcissism is more hidden, and yet can carry the same self-conceit and negative contagion as their extroverted counterpart. It's important to point out that many introverts are not narcissistic. The ones who are, however, may have a way of influencing others around them to feel off balance and or insecure. What both extrovert and introvert narcissists have in common is their employment of an outer veneer of superiority to disguise their inner self of vulnerability. While the extroverted narcissist will say in so many ways that I'm better than you, the introverted narcissist will strongly hint at it. Below are 7 signs of an introvert narcissist, with references to my book, How to Successfully Handle Narcissists. While some people may exhibit a few of the following traits at one time or another, a pathologically introverted narcissist tend to dwell inhabitually in several of the following personas, while remaining largely unaware of or unconcerned with how these behaviors affect others. Number 1, quiet smugness superiority. Many extrovert narcissists are fairly easy to spot, with their grandiose mannerisms and attention-seeking machinations. Introvert narcissists, on the other hand, can be more difficult to pinpoint, at least at the outset. They tend to observe judgmentally rather than act, and listen half-heartedly rather than speak. Yet, their quieter brand of superiority complex betrays both itself through aloof detachment and disconcerting nonverbal cues. They may not express their negativity outright, but you get the distinct sense that they are barely tolerant with their lack of eye contact, condescending glare, eye rolling, dismissive gestures, groans and sighs, high distractibility, quick boredom, impolite yawns, and overall inattentiveness. When they do speak, their comments tend to be critical and judgmental, focusing on their own conceited views. This seemingly impenetrable smugness is, of course, a front covering a sense of vulnerability within. Part of the insecurity may be the inability to relate to people meaningfully as human beings. One cries because one is sad. I cry because others are stupid, and that makes me sad. From Big Bang Theory. 2, self-absorption. One of the most common characteristics of an introverted narcissist is a sense of withdrawn self-centeredness. While many introverts are more quiet but good listeners, introvert narcissists tend to be reticent and poor listeners. Often they will make a quick assessment of a person or situation, find it uninteresting, flawed, or unworthy of their attention, and mentally tune out, block you out. While most mature adults are capable of recognizing nuisances of issues and giving people the benefit of the doubt, introvert narcissists tend to focus on only what they selfishly want and find agreeable. All else might be labeled as boring or stupid. 3. Lack of empathy. You're sick, but what about driving me to the mall? Anonymous. Both extrovert and introvert narcissists share this trait. Narcissists are often oblivious to or dismissive of others' thoughts and feelings. Even when you tell them how their attitudes and actions are generating adverse consequences, their response will be more about themselves. Such is the self-absorption. 4. Passive aggressiveness. Some introverted narcissists deal with disagreeable people or circumstances in passive-aggressive ways. Upon receiving a reasonable request from you, they might say,